from it'sadelight.com, and today I have a quick little tip I want to share with you. I love to try to get as much food prep done as I can ahead of time, because then when it's breakfast time or it's dinner time, it makes it so much easier. So today I have a super quick tip with grapefruit, and I'm just going to share this. If it's something you hadn't thought of, I hope this will be handy and helpful to you. I got some organic grapefruit from the grocery store. So they seem a little bit smaller than your average grapefruit, which I kind of like actually. And my tip is to, when you get a bag of grapefruit, we've already actually eaten two, cut these all up right when you get them all at the same time, and then it makes it so easy. I'll show you even after that what I do, how different sugars or honey you can put it on, how I put it in the fridge. We're just going to jump right in and let's just cut these up and get this prepped and ready to make it easy this week to consume these and not waste anything, okay? Okay, so all I do is I just use a serrated knife and I cut them all in half. Smell so wonderful, and grapefruit right now are in season. All citrus is right now. I like to say that it's not just citrus season, but it's actually vitamin C season too, because it's winter time here. And when it's winter time, that is in my area where citrus fruit becomes available. Even though it's not like local to me, it becomes very available in the stores. And it's when we seasonally are in the mood for it and just really love it and enjoy it. And like I say, it is filled with pure, wholesome, healthy, absorbable vitamin C, which is also what we need in the winter time. And so I like to serve it. Now we will eat grapefruit for breakfast, and then we also will eat grapefruit for dinner, because my husband loves to have breakfast for dinner time. So we will often have eggs and maybe some bacon, and then some fresh grapefruit or mandarin oranges. And I'll show you actually when I'm done with this. My second tip for today is that I do the same thing with mandarin oranges or clementines, whichever your favorite is. We will peel those and get those all ready too. So I will go through and I would do all of these, okay? For any of that might not know how to cut a grapefruit, you first go all the way around the edge, then you cut in between each thing. This is a grapefruit knife. It's supposed to be really handy for going around. You can, I find just a nice serrated steak knife works good, but then you've seen me what happens. I just am so basic, so simple. I pick one thing and I just use it, okay? So we would finish these all up, and then I'll show you, we're just gonna store them in a container. So let me grab that. Okay, so now that they're all cut and ready, I would just take a little sweetener. You can do a little bit of honey if you like to, and just swirl a little bit of honey on there. Yes, I actually do it now. Now, I personally just will eat my grapefruit. If it's a nice sweet grapefruit, doesn't need, oops, that might have been a little bit much. I can eat my grapefruit without any sugar, and that's what I try to do, but my husband loves to have a little bit of sweet, and I think that a little bit of honey is okay. If, let's say you were really not wanting to do any sugar, any honey, just want to stay like no carb, you could use something like this, the monk fruit sweetener. And again, I would sweeten it all, put it all on, I mean to say, because I find that when you do this, it just kind of melds in, and after you eat these for a couple days, you know, over the course of your week, then it's just perfect. It just kind of all blended down in, got a little sweetener. You can see it just gets really nice and juicy. And then this is all I do. I kind of just make them fit into my little container, whatever container you have. Usually I have more, like I say, because we've eaten some. So in that case, when you have more, you can just use like a 9 by 13. You could use a glass pan. You could even, if you had a good sized Tupperware container and you use Tupperware, you could use that. That works well. I would just put them, we're gonna get rid of this so it's out of our way. But that's what I would do. I would just put them all in my container, filled up. I'm gonna put handy wrap over this. Sometimes, oftentimes, if you don't wanna, I don't like to put the handy wrap on my food. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just me. Then you could just put a little piece of parchment paper on there and then handy wrap it. And now, let me tell you about this. Number one, we're gonna use this up within a week. Probably 4 days, maybe 5, depending, but we're gonna use this up within a week, okay? I'm gonna handy wrap it fairly well, just because I want it to stay nice and juicy. Never had a problem with it. I do this all the time. It's kind of the only way we do grapefruit around here, because if I don't do grapefruit this way, it seems like I buy it and then it's just too easy to waste. You have intentions, you say you're gonna get up in the morning and you're gonna get that all cut. Come on, we get busy, things happen, life happens, dinner comes, and if all I have to do is quick scramble us up some delicious eggs and maybe throw a little bit of bacon in the pan, and this is ready, voila. Now I can really have something good for us, ready to go, and it's easy. Now I do the very same thing with mandarin oranges. This is ready to go. I'll show you how I serve it. I'm gonna show you on a couple pictures. You'll see those slides next, how I serve this when it's all already ready like this. And then I'm gonna jump ahead and I'm gonna show you now next, I will do the same thing with mandarin oranges. Yes, it works. We're gonna store them in a jar. Let's do that next and I'll show you. Okay, so now I am going to show you that I do the same thing with, I said mandarin oranges. I think these are clementines. Clementines are my favorite, but sometimes you can't find clementines, and so I just have to get mandarins, and I would do the same thing. I kind of just peel it, get it started with a spoon, and they peel so easily, which is why I love these little oranges. There's cuties out there. There's lots of different varieties. I don't take it all apart. I just do that, okay? And actually, I'm going to put my peels in there because that's going to go out to the chickens, and I'm just going to put my oranges right here. And then again, if we're going to have this with a wrap at night, or even this will do for the evening, I'll add some mandarin orange pieces with our egg or an egg dish. These would be easy on the go. Kids came home from school and now they're all peeled and ready. I love to just even have in the wintertime snack my mandarin orange with maybe one of my tea lattes. If y'all don't know me, I love to make tea and turn it into a latte because I'm not really a coffee drinker. So I call it a tea latte. And just in case you didn't know this, you can store any kind of fruit, just about any kind of fruit. I say that and vegetables. I have tried a lot in which I continually store it in a simple canning jar. And I love canning jars because all the lids fit the same size. You've got your wide mouth and your regular, and if it's a jar, that's a mason jar, it will fit. This is another great place to use your, what I call unmarked. This is marked, it's labeled as a ball. This was a mayonnaise jar, and people don't like to can with them, but they are great for stuff like this. And so that's all there is to this. And these will store in there for 2 weeks if they lasted that long, and they won't. But once you have it sealed in glass with a tight lid, it's not the same for Tupperware. I cannot get that same success. I don't know about a glass container with a plastic lid, but in a canning jar with a tight lid, carrots, celery, onions, mandarins, grapes that are pulled off the vine, Like I say, you name it and it works really well without going bad. And then the other great thing about this, and just like the grapefruit, is the mess is out one time. That's it. Then there's no more mess of this. So I love that when you can get a whole bunch of stuff done in one batch. Okay, so that's how easy this is. Now, we just are gonna put them in the jar. I'm not fancy about it. I just make them fit, and I try to get in as many as I can. I knew that that one bag always takes more than one jar. Again, we have already eaten a couple of these, so otherwise I probably would get, you know, that jar would have been almost full. I'm gonna put this on tight, and to me, it blesses me to just see this in my refrigerator. I don't know, I love canning jars anyway, so whether canning jars are canned on the shelf or whether they're filled in my refrigerator with fresh produce, I love it all the way. So they are ready to go, easy, and that's all there is to it. So I hope today's tip was helpful, and I hope you will enjoy vitamin C season by adding some great citrus this winter. I'll see you in the next video.